So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is for you. For me, well, according to my phone it's 3 minutes past 11, but according to the Honda it's 10:59, so we'll call it about 11 o'clock. And today is the 1st of August, and that means that it is Sync the Planet, where basically motovloggers all have one topic and they record a motovlog. We'll just go out for a ride at 12 PM, 12 PM? Yeah, 12 PM Paris time. So for me in the UK, that would be 11 AM. So this is my first. I forgot about it last year. I nearly forgot about it this morning until Mr. Oz Adventure had mentioned it. And the topic is in short. I'm going to paraphrase it now because I can't remember it word for word, but I'll put the screenshot on. In light of the COVID situation, which is definitely a huge negative spin on things, what has been a positive outcome for you personally? So this could be anything. It could be spending more time with your family, getting slightly extended holiday, whether you kind of had to stay at home but being furloughed. I know some people have used it as a good bit of time off. It could be the fact that you were furloughed and you've got a job in between and you've been able to work and pay a bit of debt off. But that's just a few options, not a few common suggestions that I've heard. On the CBX. But for me, it's got to be the fact that, and this is a real like negative thing in the real world, but because PPE was in demand, and I won't go into the government saying we've got it and if we actually had it or whatever. But basically, with PPE being in demand, people have been making it. They still are. To this day, there's still people making scrubs, face masks, face shields, and I managed to come across two groups that were helping transport it, and I jumped on board because I was furloughed. I had time. And it has been a brilliant, overall brilliant thing that I've done. Not only because, one, that it's getting the PPE to people that need it, but for me, some of the people I've met as well, I just would not meet really any other way. I mean, I've met a former copper out of London. Had a good hour conversation with him. I've met various people that retired, various other people that retired, to the SAE, that are making stuff. Had a good chat with them. Obviously spoke to people who ride and had a good old conversation about bikes. But these are people that, okay, I might run into some of them if I was in that area. And that's another thing, is I've done 8,100 and a bit of change. I think it's nearer 8,200 miles since it all kicked off in PPE. And that's seen me go into Wales, it has seen me go to Yorkshire, I've been up to Cumbria, I've been down into London. I have been pretty much all over the place. And yeah, some of it has been motorway miles. But then some of it, I've plotted routes and come back very pretty ways. I mean, I came back from Bristol via the Cotswolds. That was an extremely nice way to come back home. But it's just been a whole heap of fun. And okay, I've spent, well, actually I don't know how much I've spent because I've not looked at receipts, but I've spent a fair old amount of fuel. I could do some rough working out, but the number there is not important. To me, I've had great satisfaction out of it. And even when we first reopened at work, I was sort of looking at how do I go back to work, do I stay and keep doing this, or what? And I was fortunate, I was able to stay off work, still getting furlough pay, and keep going around and seeing people. And as well, who doesn't want to get the opportunity to use Wales when it's completely locked down? Legally, of course. But yeah, it's been a good old time. I mean, let's be honest, we would all sooner not have COVID in the world. Yeah, I'll admit I would happily have, if COVID could disappear or never came in and I didn't get that experience, yeah, I would, I'd happily swap it. I'd swap that experience for the removal of COVID, but it ain't going to happen. But I kept hearing, just to try new things. Then that's what I did. spending 2 days in London and doing PP around there and a COVID at home kit, yeah, that's an experience. That's something I'm not gonna forget unless you get brain damage or have memory issues. Yeah, that's something I'm not gonna forget. That's the truck was on the wrong side of the road, but without living there and riding daily, there's no other way you can get that experience. So yeah, for me it's been the people, the experience, and that's really it. It's been a blast. And as much, as I said, as much as I would like it to continue, I would also like to see it sort of wind up to an end. But I think that's only normal. So we'll have to wait and see. As we're going back to work, well, I don't know still. We've been updated, and I basically turned around and said that, yep, I'm okay to work. And it's just a case of waiting for them to say they want me back. I've been very open with them. They knew what I was doing straight away. They didn't know how many miles I've done, and they're pretty good there. So hopefully I can stay off a little bit longer. Do some more runs and sort of go for that next mileage goal, which is probably going to be 10,000. I'd say I'd love to get there. It'd be great to say I've done 10,000 miles. And I'd say, as for this bike, I suppose that's another good thing that's come out of this COVID, is I've used this bike. This bike has taken me all over the country, and it's made me grow with this bike. It's made me grow to love it even more. When I originally picked this bike up, I thought I'd made a mistake in buying this bike. But so as time's gone on, as time does, I'd realised actually no, I had made the right decision, and trying to replace this bike is difficult. There's not a great deal that's similar but different. Somebody missed a sign. At the price point that I would want. So yeah, it's to try and find, as I said, to find something to replace this with has been difficult. And I mean, I still look now, but yeah, certainly smacking the miles out with it. So I've really grown to like this bike, and it's going to be a hard one to replace. So I think I'll leave it there. That's been about 10-15 minutes of me blabbering on. So I'm going to leave it up to you up to you, down to you, whatever. If you want to drop down in the comments what you've been glad about, what's worked out positive for you in this, then feel free to comment it. If you've taken part in Sync the Planet and you feel like you don't want to type it back out and you want to just drop a link to your video in it, then feel free to do that on this occasion. Although those that post links, I will watch the videos and mainly because, one, I'm kind of curious to see how it's all played out for other people, and two, just to make sure that you're not linking to anything I don't want to say that you shouldn't be, but you sort of know what I mean. Anything that's not relevant, that's the words I'm looking for. And from that, I'm going to sign it off here. And obviously, take care, ride safe, and I shall see you in the next one.